fine. Oh.
Hey guys, today I thought we could talk about some houseplant varieties that are pet safe. There are so many beautiful non-toxic plant varieties to choose from that I of course couldn't include them all in this video, or this video would go on for hours, maybe even days, and nobody really wants to stick around that long. Even I don't want to stick around that long. So I just included 27 of the most common, easy to find options that I felt most people would be able to find where they live. So yeah. If you are curious about any other toxic / safe varieties for pets, I would really recommend checking out the ASPCA website. They have a pretty extensive list of plant varieties and their toxicity toward pets. I will link that website in the description box down below if you're interested in researching for yourself, or if you're picking up a new plant and you're curious as to if it's going to harm your pets or not. If your pet eats some of these plants, their stomach may become irritated, which can result in vomiting or diarrhea. So just keep that into consideration. These are 100% pet safe, and it especially comes down to the quantity they've ingested. So on the same note, ingestion of some of these plants may cause skin irritation as well. That's not considered toxic. In this case, we're talking toxic as in may result to serious sicknesses or even death. That's how the ASPCA website kind of narrows it down, which is where I did a lot of my initial research. Something else to consider is that even though many of these plants are non-toxic and will not harm your pet in any way for the most part, the products you use may harm your pet, such as fertilizers, soil, pesticides, things like that. So be sure to research those products like on a separate note as well, because it all plays in together. If your pet's ingesting it, it's important that you know what it is. And at the end of the day, even though things are considered non-toxic, if you notice your pet chomping on a plant and you're not even sure which plant it is or how much they've ingested, just play it safe and call the Pet Poison Helpline. And the number for that is 1-855-213-6680. Or go to www.petpoisonhelpline.com. Better safe than sorry. I will have that information linked in the description box as well. Okay, so with all of that being said, let's just get into the 27 non-toxic the non-toxic for pets plants varieties. What? Let's just get into it. Number 1 is African Violet. Next up is Peperomia obtusifolia, although most Peperomia varieties are pet friendly, so that's just something to keep in mind. The Areca Palm, I don't know how to say it. And again, it's considered non-toxic in that it won't like long-term harm your pet, but polka dot plants are considered non-toxic, although they may vomit and diarrhea if consumed. Cissus Discolor, I actually don't have this in my collection, but it's a really cool plant, so it's nice to know that it's non-toxic. Boston Fern, which I was really surprised to hear about, and then also Mother Fern are non-toxic. Burro's Tail Succulent, this one's really popular, so safe variety. This one was also surprising to me. The Chenille Plant is considered non-toxic. I don't know why. When it has like brightly colored flowers or foliage or anything, I just think it's going to be toxic, but the Chenille Plant is safe. Spider plants are non-toxic. The Staghorn Fern is also non-toxic. Creeping Charlie or Swedish Ivy. Crossandra, which I no longer have in my collection, I gifted it. Lace flower vine, which is interesting. False Aralia. Goldfish plants are also non-toxic, and it seems like pets, from what I've researched online, it seems like pets typically go for the blooms and it's safe if they end up eating the blooms. Surprisingly, also Hindu rope Hoya are non-toxic for pets. Jewel orchids are also non-toxic, as well as Phalaenopsis orchids. Lithops, surprisingly, I don't know why. For some reason I would just assume these are toxic, but they are completely safe. Madagascar Jasmine, which is a recent introduction into my collection, and pet safe. And the blooms also smell really nice, which is a bonus. The Calathea Lancifolia, there are also a few other Calathea varieties that are considered non-toxic, although I would do your research because the ASPCA website didn't have each individual variety listed. So yes, do research outside of that website. Parlor Palms are also considered non-toxic, and Parlor Palms are also really easy to come across, so that's a bonus. Ponytail Palms are also non-toxic. Haworthia varieties are also non-toxic. And then also the Norfolk Island Pine, which is one of the first plants I ever had in my house, which has a soft spot in my heart, but Yes. Okay, so those are 27 plant varieties that are safe to keep in your household with pets. If you're interested in a video about tips and tricks to keep your pets out of your houseplants and how to keep them safe around toxic houseplants, then please thumbs up the video if you're interested in watching that. And then if you're not interested, please thumbs down the video. That's just a really easy way for me to gauge what you guys are thinking as far as like video ideas and things like that. It's easier to keep track for me that way. And yeah, if you have any additional information on any of these varieties or any other pet safe varieties, please leave them down below. Any further information, tips and tricks, things like that. I would really appreciate it, and I'm sure others would appreciate it as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.